Welcome. Have you ever typed numbers into a calculator app and wondered how it actually knows what to do with them? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down that exact magic. We're diving into a core Python concept, how to get your program to understand that the text a user types can actually be a number you can do math with. Honestly, it's the secret sauce behind so many programs.
Okay, let's just jump right in. We're going to start with a really fun, simple program, a superhero name generator. It's the perfect way to see how Python first handles getting information, text, from a person using it.
So, the key piece of the puzzle here is the input function. You can see it right there in the code. When Python runs and hits that line, the program just stops. It literally pauses and waits for you to type something and hit the enter key. And whatever you type gets saved into a variable, first color and then animal.
And there you have it. If you type in blue and then tiger, the program takes those two pieces of text, we call them strings in programming, and just sticks them together. It creates your awesome new identity, Blue Tiger. It's a really simple but powerful way to work with words.
Okay, but that brings up a really important question. What happens if the text you get from a user isn't a word like blue, but it's something that looks like a number, say the digit 8? This is where things get interesting.
So just think about it for a second. If you ask a program to take the number 8 and the number 2 and add them, what's the answer? 10, right? That's what we'd all expect.
But that's not what happens. The program actually gives you 82. And you might be thinking, why? Well, it's because that input function we just talked about, it treats everything like it's text. It doesn't see 8 and 2 as numbers to add. It sees them as characters to squish together, just like it did with blue and tiger.
So how do we fix this? We need some way to tell Python, hey, that thing the user just typed, it looks like a number, and I need you to treat it like an actual number so I can do math with it.
And the solution comes from a data type called an integer. It's just a programming term for a whole number. No decimals, no fractions. It can be positive, negative, or 0. To fix our 82 problem, we've got to convert the text the user gives us into one of these integers. And this is how we do it. This is the key. We wrap our input function inside another function called int. It's like a 2-for-1 command. The inside part, input, tells Python, get the user's input. Then the outside part, int, says, okay, now take whatever you just got and immediately turn it into an integer.
All right, enough talk. Let's see this in action. We're going to use this whole int input thing to build a simple little calculator that, can actually do math correctly.
Our program is going to follow 4 really simple steps. First, get a number. Then, get a second number. After that, we'll do all the basic math with them. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And finally, we'll just show the results. Easy enough? And here is the code that brings it all to life. See that? We're using int input for both num1 and num2. Now that Python sees these variables as real numbers, we can use the standard math symbols, the plus, minus, the little star for multiplication, and the slash for division, to get our answers. And check it out. When we type in 8 and 2 this time, the results are perfect. Addition gives us 10, not 82. Subtraction gives us 6. Multiplication is 16. It's doing actual math now. The program is finally working with numbers, not just text, and it's all because of that int conversion.
So, after all that, what is the one big idea you should really take away from this?
Here's the bottom line. Input always gives you text, but math needs numbers. That little int function is the bridge that turns one into the other. This lets your programs do incredible things, calculate, analyze, and solve all kinds of numerical problems. Seriously, mastering that int input pattern is a huge step in learning to code.
So now you have this core tool that makes your program so much more powerful. You can take numbers from the real world and actually do something useful with them. So the only question left is, now that you've built a calculator, what problem are you going to solve next?